Damian Lillard, welcome to the Miami Heat. My goodness, we have an absolute bombshell report on this nice Saturday morning. Second day of free agency is about to get underway almost, but no. Damian Lillard steals the spotlight. He finally requests a trade, and you know what happens? Charania reports that he wants specifically to be traded to the Miami Heat. And oh my God, it is finally happening. I could not be more excited. This is why you absolutely subscribe to the channel. We were breaking down all these minor trades over the past 24 hours for the Heat, and we've been your one-stop shop for all Heat news and rumors, specifically surrounding Damian Lillard over the past 3 to 4 weeks. And this is why, because when he finally requests a trade and he says Miami, we bring you guys a video, hit that sub button, because when the trade actually finally does happen, or if it doesn't happen, which would be nightmare scenario, we'll also have you covered there. So this is why you subscribe. Twitter's down as well, too, but we're not down. We're up. Make sure you hit that sub button. But man, Damian Lillard is finally requesting this trade. I've been saying all along that Damian Lillard would likely request a trade if the Blazers don't make enough moves in free agency. There was a report that came out a week or so ago that Damian Lillard's dream scenario is re-signing Jeremy Grant and bringing in Draymond Green. And Green was the first free agent to sign when free agency opened yesterday evening, when he returned to the Golden State Warriors on a 4-year deal. Now, the Blazers did end up re-signing Jeremy Grant to a massive 5-year, $160 million deal, which was an absolute joke of a contract. But the Blazers clearly didn't do enough to keep Damian Lillard in Portland, and he finally requests out. And I think the draft picks, too, on last Thursday really was an indication of this is where things were going to start heading when the Blazers picked Scoot Henderson at 3, a potential Dame replacement. But they also picked at 23. They had 2 first-round picks and didn't use any of them to trade for a veteran piece to surround Dame, so he finally requests out. This was the original tweet from Charania when he said Damian Lillard has requested a trade out of Portland. He originally said the Miami Heat and Brooklyn Nets are among leading suitors for Damian Lillard, but obviously you saw the tweet that we opened the show with, and that is the fact that Lillard has requested a trade specifically to the Miami Heat, and that is his preferred destination. And in another tweet by Adrian Wojnarowski, he said that and Ramona Shelburne, him and her reported it, that the Portland Trailblazers are expected to work with Damian Lillard on a trade, which means they're going to accommodate him, because it makes sense, because he was obviously their franchise player for 10-plus years, one of the best players in Portland Trailblazers history, so why not work with them? He's shown them loyalty in the past, but it's just time for the two to mutually part ways. The Blazers go on this rebuild, and Dame tries to win a ring on a different team. And the Heat just fit better than the Brooklyn Nets. There's no doubt about it. The Heat just went to the NBA Finals. They lose Gabe Vincent. They lose Max Strus. They trade Victor Oladipo. But Pat Riley, who is always whale hunting, is looking for that big star to add alongside of Butler and Bam. And I think he might have found it in Damian Lillard. We've shown what he can do multiple times on the show, but 32 points per game last season. He has had no less than 7 assists in the past 4 seasons. The efficiency is 45% from the field and more, other than the 1 year that he was hurt for basically the entire season, which was last year. And when he is healthy, 37% three-point shooter, bare minimum. Damian Lillard is one of the best point guards in the league. He is one of the best players in the league. He is one of the best scorers in the association. Damian Lillard will be the perfect piece to add next to Jimmy and Bam. And you look at his career playoff stats. This is the stuff that I have always talked about when Miami Heat target free agents and target people through the trade market. How will it help them in the postseason? April, May, June. The Heat don't give a shit about October, November, and December. As long as they're in the postseason, they know they can win basketball games with Jimmy Butler, Bam, and Eric Spoelstra. Dame will absolutely help them win in May and June, because he is a sniper from beyond the arc in the postseason, and he shows up when the lights are the brightest. You look back what he did to Oklahoma City, that Paul George game-winning shot. He took Portland to the Western Conference Finals. I know they lost to that Warriors team in 2019, but Damian Lillard can absolutely lead a team in the postseason, but he doesn't really have to now, right? Because he's now got Jimmy Butler as a co-star if he does get traded to Miami, and he's got Bam as that third guy who is a defensive anchor. This trio makes all the sense in the world, and I actually have a hot take I'm willing to throw out there in a little bit, but I got to ask you guys, will Damian Lillard be a Heatle? Obviously, Shams said that Dame has requested a trade and specifically wants Miami. Adrian Wojnarowski just reported a couple minutes ago that Philadelphia, Brooklyn, and Heat are the three teams expected to be interested, but it does feel like the Heat are the preferred destination from Damian Lillard. I think there has already been conversations between Pat Riley, the Heat front office, and Joe Cronin and the Blazers front office. I do think the deal and framework is there, and it's just got to get pushed past that little finish line. But I do think Damian Lillard will be a Heatle, so I'm typing my Ys. You guys let me know down in the comments section. I think the Heat would be the title favorites, and no doubt about it, for this upcoming year. I know Denver is obviously going to be a favorite to potentially repeat as NBA champions, but when you add Damian Lillard to this Miami Heat roster, who was just in the NBA Finals as an 8 seed, to me, there is no doubt they would be the favorites, and I'm willing to get off a really scorching hot take right here. Ready for it? Dame, Jimmy, Bam, better big three than LeBron, Bosh, and Wade. I'm willing to say it, and you know why? They might not have the true talent that Bosh, Wade, and LeBron had, but when you just look at pure fit, I truly think it is. You've got the wing and clutch man of Jimmy Butler. You've got the defensive anchor inside, the big man that can do it all in Bam Adebayo. And then you've got the 30-point-per-game guard dishing out 7 assists a night as well. Dame, Jimmy, Bam, LeBron, Wade, Bosh. I don't know, man. I think it's pretty damn close. I think I almost would lean towards Lillard, Bam, and Jimmy, but we'll have to see. It all results if the Heat end up making this trade and winning an NBA title with that big three, of course. But this is what a potential trade would look like, in my opinion, between the Trailblazers and the Miami Heat. I think the Trailblazers would get Hero back, Duncan Robinson, and the 18th overall selection, Jaime Jaquez, alongside 2 first-round picks, 2027 and 2029. I think that would be a fair offer. The salaries match. The Blazers get a nice little young guy. So they essentially get 3 first-round picks in this deal, right? Because they get 27, 29, and then they get the 23rd pick, Jaquez. And if the Blazers are serious about still trying to win, which I don't think is out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, they just re-signed Jeremy Grant to a big-time 5-year deal. You got Scoot Henderson, Simons, and Shaedon Sharpe. You had Jaquez. I think that is actually a decent team. Now, the one thing I will note is, do the Blazers try to move off Jusuf Nurkic's contract in this deal? I've heard that the Blazers, if they were to trade Dame, would like to get off Nurkic's contract as well, because he's not very good for them. I think he's got 3 years, $54 million left. So if they do add Nurkic into the deal and Portland wants to get rid of him, it would be a massive tax for the Miami Heat, but they can also just add Kyle Lowry into this deal, and it would be matching salaries, so it would work. But the Heat would have a pretty massive tax for the next 2 to 3 years. And I think another reason why he is going to be a Miami Heat basketball player is because, one, Damian Lillard's contract is not so team-friendly. I mean, in 3 to 4 years, he's going to get paid $60 million for 1 season of basketball. So that contract kind of makes it where it's not a no-trade clause like the Bradley Beal situation was, but he will be able to pick his team, and the return for Damian Lillard will not be as high as you would originally think it to be. So I do think the Heat are this top destination. Obviously, the Heat have the most interest out of anybody in the NBA. I think this deal will get done along those trade works that in the framework I just showed you. Now, the one thing is, there has been reports that the Blazers are lukewarm on Tyler Hero. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't want Hero, because they already have Sharpe, Simons, and Scoot Henderson in that backcourt. Do you want to clog it up with another scoring guard that really doesn't defend? He plays very similar to Anthony Simons, so I don't really know if the fit's there, but Hero is clearly one of our best assets, and I would expect him to go into the deal. Maybe they ask for Caleb Martin, but I doubt that. There's a lot of rumors on tap. Let's just say that. And Damian Lillard trade rumors will be here. I think this could actually be a quick deal If it happens the next 48 hours, I would not be surprised at all. We know Pat Riley and the Miami Heat want Damian Lillard more than anything. So now that we know that they are going to trade him and he has requested a trade, the Heat are going balls to the walls to get Damian Lillard. And that's why you subscribe, because when the trade happens, we'll make a video. Hell, we might even go live here on the Heat Report. So lock us in. And if you sub, the Heat will trade for Damian Lillard.